The Wedding Crasher. Kante didn't just show up to the wedding we told you about. He stayed and had a great time. He stayed through the ceremony and talked to all the guests. Maybe the craziest thing is Chelsea had just finished a game. Like an Energizer bunny, Kante never stops moving. But he's not only nice to Chelsea fans. Beating an Arsenal fan at FIFA. In 2018, Chelsea beat Cardiff City 4-1, and afterwards, Kante missed his train home to Paris. So instead, he went to pray at a mosque in London and met a young Arsenal fan. The fan saw Kante was alone and invited him to come over and play FIFA. Now, most footballers would say no, but Kante is not most footballers. He really appreciated the gesture. He said yes, and then he went back and spent 2 hours with the Arsenal fan and his brother. It's Islamic teaching to invite guests to your house for dinner, so I asked him. He came with me and my brother because he was on his own and said he was only going to go home anyway. He beat us all at FIFA, and then we watched Match of the Day. It was a really nice evening. Maybe Kante's not as nice as people say. He went over to some guy's house and didn't even let him win a game of FIFA? Come on, N'Golo. Taxes. Even when it comes to giving money to the government, N'Golo wants to do things the right way. According to The Sun, Kante could have saved over $1 million if he transferred money to a shady offshore account. But just like a forward trying to break through midfield, Kante said, denied. In a world where Messi and Ronaldo are getting into tax trouble, Kante is doing things the right way. And a lot of this is because he's not the type to feel he always needs more money. Kante wanted to jog to training, but in the end, he bought a humble Mini instead of a flashy car after Jamie Vardy convinced him he couldn't run everywhere. And he had a phone with a cracked screen for a long time. Wow! The World Cup! Few players were as integral to winning the World Cup as Kante was for France in 2018. He made sure Pogba, Mbappe, and Griezmann could play freely in attack. And when the final was over and the trophy was won, few players had more of a right than Kante to raise the trophy. But he didn't at first, because he was too shy to ask. It was his teammate Zonzi who had to urge the other players to let Kante take the trophy in his hands. It seems he just wanted his teammates to enjoy the trophy first. Kante's modesty and humility is just a breath of fresh air. He is the exact opposite of a lot of players today who are really into money. But rather than trying to buy beautiful things, Kante loves to make beautiful gestures. And that's why he is one of a kind.